Hey, hello, this is Andy here. Welcome to another video. And in today's video, I really want to talk about how to make sure you can get approved when looking for a loan with the banks or some private lenders. Well, without any further ado, let's just get started. Right here, I have my notebook, and the reason why is because I tend to forget a lot of things sometimes when I am talking. So just in case I forget something, I can take a look at it and then I can remember exactly what to say then. Without any further ado, right now, let's just get started here. So how to make sure you can get approved when looking for funding or for a loan, okay? The first thing you have to consider in this case is that you always have to provide the right documentations. If you can't, for some reason, provide the right documentations, then here is what's gonna happen. The bank or the private lender or whoever you are trying to acquire that loan from, they will turn you down. They will say no, and you will end up getting out of there empty hands and without funding or without the loan you want. Okay? So, but in order to provide always the right documentation, then you need to know these three things that I'm going to say right here. One is full doc, 2 all doc, and 3 stated. So let me explain this in detail so you have a much better understanding. When you walk into a bank or you talk to some private lender, they will ask you for 2 or 3 year tax return. They will also ask you for employment verification, and the reason why they will ask you for employment verification is because the banks or the lenders, they don't want to end up lending money to nobody or who knows who you are, okay? That's the reason why they want to know. They want specification, okay? 3, they would ask for balance sheet, and 4, they would ask for profit and loss. They can ask for a lot of things right here in full doc, like collateral, so make sure you have some collateral to give just in case it's necessary. It's not always, but sometimes they may take some collateral depending on, several factors, okay? Anyway, they will ask you for that. So let me explain in detail what is profit and loss, balance sheet, and things of this nature. A balance sheet is, I could say, it's a financial statement, okay? That's what a lot of people also call bank statement. It's a financial statement. To be able to explain this better, I decided to bring this chart right here that I didn't invent this. I took this from Robert Kiyosaki. If you don't know who Robert Kiyosaki is, then I would recommend you go there and find some videos about Robert Kiyosaki. He's an amazing guy, and he is the guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay, he's the author of that book. But anyway, in this chart right here, I just brought what is a financial statement so you have a much better understanding every time you go to a bank or every time you want to take out a loan, okay? A financial statement, as you can see right here, is all about liability, asset, income, and expenses. The banks want to know about that. If the banks, for some reason, realize that your expenses are greater than your income, then you are completely toast. You won't qualify for the loan or for funding because it doesn't make any sense. They will say, how in the world you are going to be able to pay back what you are asking for? You don't have sufficient money. You don't make sufficient money. Your debt ratio is too high. You're too risky, and we won't lend you any money. That's exactly why 85% of business owners and businesses out there fail and are rejected when they walk into a bank or they go to some private lenders trying to take out a loan or trying to get funded because they don't have the right documentations. The right documentations means that you are able to pass all these little things that the banks is asking you for. Okay? That's exactly what happened. So financial statement. So profit and loss is your income statement. Is how much money you make, how much money you lose. Okay? Where that money is coming from. Where that money is coming from. Is it coming from stocks? Is it coming from bonds? Is it coming from real estate? Is it coming from wherever? But how much money you making, you're generating, okay? And where that money is going for. That's very important right there. That's where they determine if you are, fundable or not. All doc. This is when they, for example, ask you for something in return. It could be one thing or another. You may say that you make $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year. And the bank will say, okay, you say you make $200,000 a year. Can you provide, this is all doc, can you provide 2-year tax return at least so we can verify if that's true? Or can you provide your income statement so we can verify if that's true? Can you provide your debt ratio so we can verify if that's true? Because you may be making $200,000 a year, but if you're spending $250,000 a year, you're not fundable because we don't trust you. That's all doc. Okay? That's all doc. And the third one is stated. Stated is, I want you to, pay close attention to the word stated. It's stated. Stated is business credit cards, loan, or funding. This is the easier way. For most people, it's the easier way. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to get the, like a high amount of money, like $1 million in credit cards. But you can get up to $150,000, maybe $200,000 in business credit card, which is pretty good. This is called stated. Now, the reason why I told you above or before that you must pay close attention to the word stated is because the thing stated means the money that you state. With this type of loan, you can state, meaning you can say you make $200,000 a year or $100,000 a year, okay? And they don't have a way to verify that. That's why it's called stated. They don't have a way to verify that because they don't ask for 2-year tax return. They don't ask for employment verification. They don't ask for any of this stuff. They just ask for how much money you make, and you state you make $100,000, $120,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year, and they don't have a way to verify. In most cases, what they do is they just go to a place called the work number, which is a place where they just keep and save your data, of your past employers and maybe jobs that you have gone through, and they might get to know, and verify how much money you have made and how much money you make and things of this nature. But if the person you are working with just do a great job with this and he remove you from the work number, then they don't have a way to verify that, and you're free to go. You say, I make it $100,000, $120,000, $50,000, or $200,000 a year, and they don't have a way to verify that. Now, here's the caveat. You can verify you can say that you make $120,000, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year, so they can give you a business credit card for that amount of money and things of this nature. And here's the caveat. Are you really able to pay back that amount of money you're asking for? Are you really able? Because yes, they can give you that, but here's the thing, is that if you're not able to pay that amount of money in such terms they give you, then nothing happens because they don't have collateral from you. They don't, ask for collateral right here. But here's what happens. You cannot go back to that bank or to the lender that gave you that money again until you just pay back what you owe. But this is the reason why I always say to my customers and the people that are looking for money, you should go for stated. And a lot of people, yeah, say, well, credit card, things of this nature. You have to understand that money is money, and it doesn't matter if it's cash, it doesn't matter if it's a check, it doesn't matter if it's credit card. Money is money, and money, when you need it, it will solve your situation in whatever form it comes. Credit card, check, or cash. Always understand that. So that's basically how you make sure that you can get approved when looking for a loan or walking to a bank. You can go to the 3 route, okay? But the best one to go is the third one, which is dated, okay? Why? Because you can walk into a bank and the bank may turn you down. They may say you don't have the sufficient documentation to provide. That's the reason why we just turning you down, all right? But that's the front door. The back door is that you can apply for a business credit card, my friend, and now you are one step to go, okay? Because that's almost guaranteed right there. Obviously, you gotta have the credit, okay? You gotta have the credit. But if, like I said, the person you're just working with, it's just good enough to prepare you and prepare all the stuff for you, then you're ready to go, and you will be almost guaranteed that you will be approved, okay? That's it for today, guys. I just wanted to bring this video to you. I hope you learned something here, and I see you in the next video where I am going to be talking about credit and how you can have good credit, so which is always pretty important for most entrepreneurs and business owners out there looking for funding, okay? That's one of the reasons why some entrepreneurs opt and prefer to go for equity, because they don't have the credit. Now the equity, when you're just looking for equity, they don't require it, okay? It isn't necessary that you have good credit because it's equity, okay? In this case, it's just you and an investor, just negotiating and things of this nature. He won't see your credit and things of this nature. So that's why equity is another great idea. But with what happened with equity, if you didn't see my previous videos, is that I talked about what happened with equity is that make sure your numbers make sense. Make sure that when you pitch for the amount of money you are looking for from an investor, your numbers, your sales, and your company and your project, whatever you're just doing, is pretty good, because investor will consider these a lot, because obviously they won't invest in someone that doesn't have any numbers, and they won't invest in someone that the numbers don't make sense. I'm sorry. So I hope you understand that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and yes, I will see you in my next video. Peace.